is an artifact designed for space travel. He is not designed to remain in his present biologic state any more than a tadpole is designed to remain a tadpole. William S. Burroughs, American novelist. The heavens have always piqued human interest. From the beginning of history, man has looked up to the sky, night sky, and wondered. Well, we no longer have to wonder. The technology is here. The motivation is here. The necessity is here. And the only way to go is up. We, the affirmative side, are here today to advocate the resolution. Resolve that the United States should significantly increase space exploration for the reasons of resource mining, threat detection, and spin-off technology mentioned by my partner, and future space colonization and acquiring knowledge. First, NEOs, as mentioned by my partner, asteroids and meteors, are not only an abundant source of minerals, they are also a leading cause of dents in the Earth's surface, rather large dents. Asteroids and meteors have struck Earth many times in its history. An asteroid strike known as the KT event was one of the causes of the extinction of the dinosaurs. So if we do not want to be wiped out, it is imperative that we have a system for early threat detection. Satellites could be sent to the Moon, Mars, or into Earth's orbit. These would effectively act as sentries, observing the horizon for deadly rocks, and then relaying a signal back here to Earth so we can effectively defend ourselves. Second, the Earth's population has been spiraling out of control in recent years. The number of people on this planet has reached 7 billion, and is projected to grow to 9 billion in 2045. As of now, 7 billion people are hard-pressed to live on this planet. With 9 billion, the situation will grow even worse. Space colonization is a viable way to relieve this population problem. While you may scoff at this idea, scientists have drawn up blueprints as early as 1975 for space colonies. One of these designs, the Stanford Torus, a large halo-like structure designed by Stanford and NASA, would house around 10,000 to 140,000 people in a self-sustaining environment. The halo would rotate rapidly to produce inertia and thus the effects of gravity upon its occupants. Another colony that has been designed is the O'Neill cylinder. The cylinder is 20 miles long, 4 miles across, and capable of housing several million people. Andy Jazuba, author of Colonization in Space, Is It Possible?, said, "All the technologies required for constructing large space habitats already exist. They are not much more complicated than big spinning geometric shapes. The only thing holding back their development is a lack of funding. Most governments don't even have a space program. When considering the utility of NASA, ask yourself what would have happened if Columbus was never given the money to cross the Atlantic." Third, acquiring knowledge. We know precious little of our universe. The farthest we ever sent a probe is just beyond our solar system. While this was a great feat indeed, keep in mind that our solar system is only one of millions in this galaxy. It is human nature to inquire, and thus discover. The reason we are afraid of the dark is because in it lies the unknown. Is there danger, or is it safe? We don't know until we explore it. And it is with this that we provide probably the greatest philosophical reason to explore space. Because it is there. It is there, right outside our atmosphere, and yet we know very little about it. The wonders of the cosmos, right at our doorsteps, and we choose to ignore them. No longer. It is with these contentions in mind that we, the affirmative, propose a plan to fulfill our desire to explore space. This plan is detailed in 5 steps. In 2014, the United States is planned to have pulled all of its combat troops out of Afghanistan. Accounting for troop evacuation costs and increased funding for the Afghan security force, the United States should save about $108 billion a year, according to the Huffington Post. 2. We will increase NASA's annual budget by $18 billion, spreading this over 10 years. The first year we had $1.8 billion. The next year we had $1.8 for the new annual budget, and so on and so on. By 2024, the NASA annual budget will be around $36 billion, a significant increase from the current value of $17.7. Over 10 years, this will add up to be about 90 billion of the 1 trillion spent, about 10%, less than that. After that point, NASA's budget is free to either stay at that point or fluctuate to meet our demands. The money will be divided up as follows. 60% of the added-on portion of each year's annual budget will be spent on unmanned missions. This spending will be gradual, just like the increase of the budget, from developing 10-20 unmanned missions a year to maybe about 30 or 40 in the following 5 years. Fourth, the other 30% will be used to create a sort of bank account for NASA, a federal deposit which will steadily be added to. In the event that NASA needs more money for a certain mission or sudden budget cut occurs, NASA will still be able to draw from this emergency bank account. The last 10% will be used to hire new employees and managers to avoid management issues, as a negative said, increasing the workforce of each research and testing facility by at least 10% of its original population. Finally, these unmanned missions will be used to look for suitable asteroids to mine, sending probes to look for a suitable stretch of space to build space colonies, launching satellites to the Moon, Mars, or the Earth's atmosphere to watch out for threats, be it meteors, asteroids, or the occasional alien invader. In conclusion, the U.S. pulling out of Afghanistan in 2014, many new possibilities are open. Keep in mind, we do not want to give NASA all of that money, but instead actually delegate a majority of it to other ventures. The door of our lives is wide open. Will we be wise and take the step, or do we foolishly and stubbornly plant our foot in the ground like the negative wants? This increase in NASA's budget will bring humanity into a new era. An era where our children, and if not our children's children, then our children's children, will be able to say that we have conquered the cosmos. If not through colonization, then through knowledge. This newfound opportunity must not be lost. So we as the affirmative say, to infinity and beyond. Thank you and vote for us.